Hi everybody, Miranda here, Careers Advisor. This video is aimed at those of you who are looking for full-time work or starting your career. I've already covered quite a lot of job hunting techniques in my video on part-time work and also the hidden job market and how to access it. But I think there's probably a few other things which are worth you trying if you are starting to think about, the beginning of your career and getting some full-time work. So, first thing that I'm going to mention are school leaver programs. Now, these are usually offered by large corporations, so big companies in cities generally, although they're sometimes in more rural places. And they're often kind of a training program that might go on for quite a number of years. Most of these school leaver programs have now become apprenticeship programs, but there are still ones where you don't end up with a particular qualification. There are lots of websites where they're advertised. I'll link to some of these at the end of the video. It's a really good starting point if you have a particular interest in certain industries where you'll see them more often than others. So places like engineering and finance, lots of organisations in the city have school leaver programs, so that's a good one to try. There's a lot to be said for opportunities which you might not first get paid to do, but what they can do is open up doors for you. And I know this is a really tricky one for a lot of people who think, well, I can't afford to work for free. And what I say to people then is try and maybe get a part-time job which is paid and do that alongside work experience or volunteering or an internship. If an internship is long-term, then it should be paid, but certainly kind of short-term work experience or volunteering probably won't be. But in particular career areas and industries, that is the only or the main route in. So for example, in the creative industries, a lot of work you might do at first you won't be paid for it. But have a look at internships, have a look at work experience. You might need to apply speculatively, so watch my video on accessing the hidden job market on how to do that. But it's definitely a really tried and tested way of getting your first full-time job. I did it myself out of uni, so I can vouch for it. There are specific websites aimed at particular industries or career sectors. So if you've got a particular interest in an area, then you might want to look for websites that just target that. So for example, if you want to get into arts-based jobs, there's a website called arts.ac.uk which has a range of arts-related jobs up there. They won't all be training opportunities or young people friendly, but some of them will be. So it's worth starting to just explore. You can, use Google again, your friend, and search science jobs websites. Could be a good one to try, whatever is of interest to you, but I'll put a few at the end of this just to kind of get you started. So hopefully those have been some useful ideas for you to start your full-time job hunting journey. Look at the part-time video and the speculative or the hidden job market videos as well, because there's lots of tips in there. And I would say that finding your first job can feel like a full-time job, so please don't get discouraged if you're getting a lot of no's. There will be a yes out there, but always think carefully about the things I mentioned about what not to do. So are you just sending out the same CV? If you are, then make sure you're tailoring it, or just using online one website to try and apply for jobs. Again, that's usually not very successful. So listen to the tips I've suggested, and if you're still struggling, come talk to us. We've got lots of ways we can help you, either looking at your CV or talking to you about interviews, etc. Take care guys, bye.